Hi, welcome to Hats and Crap.
Cheers! It's time for Hats and Crap.
You know what? I was going to do something. Hang on.
Starting the recording?
Yes, so that we actually get all the comments when I post it later on Facebook and stuff.
I'm gonna go grab the sign. It's starting to rain.
Okay,
I'll be right back.
great. You grab the sign. We'll be here. We'll be as me. Hello, and welcome to Hats and Crap, Nishi Lakewood. Welcome to Signs and Crap, Emily Boggs.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about home hat care.
Cool. How many hats do you have at home?
A lot.
I don't know either.
I mean, blocked hats probably at least 40.
You have more than that.
That's why I'm saying at least. I didn't say it was. How many hats do you guys have? Tell us how many hats you have.
Tell us.
Why, Rich, why are you leaving because it's home hat care? Is it because you're so bad at home hat care?
Yeah,
You're
Rich.
just proving that? That's why you need to stay and watch the video, because you fail at it.
Because you lose your hats. They mysteriously disappear.
You know, Crene brought some hats in the other day that, holy moly, I don't know what happened to them. She said they fell behind the dresser and got smashed. It was a little scary, but...
Poor babies.
Yeah, we did a quick little job on them so that they would get be able to help her on vacation, because you got to have that vacation hat. But they don't have to be perfect if you're going on vacation, because you're just going to sweat in them anyway, right? I don't know what you do on vacation, but I usually sweat in my hats on vacation.
What's a vacation?
You just had one!
I didn't go anywhere.
You still had a vacation. You weren't at work.
I still wear hats.
See?
Yeah, okay. Well, there you have it.
Point right there.
Can we first, before anything else, show off and show out our new hat boxes? Now listen. We have to sell or give away 2 more boxes before we can bring these out. But here they are. The first ever branded...
Okay, hold on. So before this even comes on, I think we need to give the backstory of there has been a hat box shortage.
Cardboard
shortage, which resulted in a hat box shortage for like 2 years. And it's been a real hassle getting cardboard boxes. And we kind of got...
stiffed.
Yeah, the supplier didn't want to give them to us. It was really dramatic. There were lots of hurt feelings. So we decided to get our own boxes made.
Locally.
Down on Wayne Avenue, for those of you from Dayton, right across from the original Ghost Light location. For the rest of you, like a mile-ish from the store.
Oh, not even.
Yeah, so I'm saying ish.
Half-ish.
Half-ish, a mile-ish?
I'll step it off.
Okay, I leave that up to you. Do you want to show them?
I'm ready now.
We will get to how to travel with your hat, Nishi, in just a few minutes.
That's my counter roll. Dun,
counter
dun,
roll.
Dun, dun, B.
It's
wait. B. R. I. Brim. Look how cool they are.
I learned so much about printing with cardboard.
Listen, so they're the same box.
We used the old box as a template. But they're better.
This is the best part.
Look good, feel good. Okay.
With our brim yellow.
We also are going to have bags and like new stickers. We got so much new stuff coming in for packaging this season. I'm super excited because it's our
10-year anniversary on September 14th. Or in sign language.
Thumbs up is sign language for 10.
You wiggle it.
That's 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice. I had no idea.
Now you do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't speak any ASL. Completely ASL.
No, now you can do number 10.
Now I can do number 10. Okay.
Or Hitch a Ride.
Is that the same thing in ASL?
No.
Or is that just a gesture? It's just a gesture. Okay. So, Emily, what's so great about a hat box?
Well, when your hat is curved or has a flange, if you will, and you'd like to keep this, even if you break your brim down, because you still want that curve if you break it down. It goes, what?
I just wanted to make a point of the curve thing when it's down. So you could see if you set this on this box like this, it's doing a bad thing to the hat. If you hang this off, this stays better. Which is why we tell you to put your hat this way.
So it keeps this. Because over time,
it ends up sad. And it can even cause cracking here.
Or here, but that's a different
home hat care point.
Yeah.
This is a good hat to wear for home hat care day.
It is. So it goes in your box. In the ring. Like so. Make sure your band, or if you have feathers or any accoutrements, that they are inside of this hoop ring.
Hoop ring. And then you can just close this up.
A question we often get is, can you put more than one in the box?
Me pretending to walk really awkwardly.
Hey, lady, let go of my hat. So,
Hat attack.
Yes, if it doesn't go above this part.
The trick with that also is making sure that you don't mess up your bands while you're doing it, which is really easy to do.
Yeah.
Because if you put another band in here, or another hat in here. So this hat doesn't have a band, so feasibly I could put this in here, except that my hat is a lot bigger than Emily's because I have a bigger head.
Let's do it the other way. Okay. Well, it's also a top hat.
Sort of-ish.
So, like would I do it?
No, I would not.
No.
I would not.
Because if you close the lid, then your brim can get funky.
But what can happen is that this trim can get smashed when you put it into your hat, because your hats are going to be the same size as each other, and so when you put it in there you can end up smashing your trim, which leaves you with wrinkly trim, which is super sad. The other
#wrinkly trim.
The other hazard is that you can end up transferring sweat from your sweatband onto the outside of another hat, which is a real bummer.
Yucky.
Yeah, it's gross. Nobody likes that. Just doing some waves. Waving. Real life waving.
High-fiving.
Okay. So that's how you use a hat box.
Yes.
It is really good to put your hats in, keep your hat in a hat box in the off season in particular. So with a felt hat, it's going to keep it from getting really dusty. With your Panama hats, it's going to just keep them in better shape. So when you pull it out for the next season, it's beautiful and not saggy and weird, which can happen if you just leave it somewhere.
It's also really good if you have kids that like to mess with your stuff, or pet hair.
Also, if you have cats,
oof,
just keep the hat in a box all the time.
Yeah.
Cats will destroy your hats.
And put your hat box somewhere that they can't
get into. Yeah. Dig a hole into. Cats. They're persistence.
They are persistent.
I'm allergic to cats, so I don't know, but
I have one. She's just scratched up my life.
I hear that's a hazard. They scratch up the furniture. They scratch up the life.
You've seen my buffet in my home. It is tore apart.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Not going
Hello,
to the
folks. How are you?
Okay.
So, hat box.
Very important tool for home hat care. Two more really important
this is my
tools
bestie
for home hat care are a lint roller and a hat brush. They're both used for cleaning your hats.
Should we get a felt hat?
I'm gonna grab a felt hat.
You know how much I love to.
I know how you like to clean dirt off of things.
I do. So this can be used on fur felt, so rabbit felt, beaver felt, or wool.
For the beach, I have a real old Tilly hat. It's real floppy. You know, look like a.
This is it. If you don't have a lint roller, use tape, masking tape.
You have some other suggestions. I also have.
I just put my hand inside of it.
You know, straw hats.
You can pop this out. You're not going to hurt anything. You can pop out the crown.
So I'm just kind of looking for something to wear at the beach that'll stay on my head for a week.
So I like these.
Da 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 da. I was really concentrating there for a second. Do the underneath as well. And the part to me that sticks out the most is this edge of the brim. I feel like that's the most noticeable. Also, you can get those mini ones, and I mean, dollar store or whatever. You can keep one in your car, which is nice. So before you go out to wherever you're going, give it a roll. Get your roll on. Hats that have a longer finish. Time out.
They take a fair amount of abuse. You know, you can get into some Panama hat, and then the straws that you're going to use
Going up.
twice as much money.
How much is the straw?
These natural straws are going to be between 175 and
2. Okay, so this is actually
they're not
the same
You always feel
material.
bad when you sweat in a hat like that.
Right.
It just has a longer
I've got
finish.
one that I bought like 6 or
So the
7
felt
years
is just
ago, and it's
longer.
It's that very thick
So that's
sweater.
what this brush is really good for.
Yeah. Yep.
I put it on
And you
and
go
it's
with
like the
the grain.
Yeah, it's just
So
over
counterclockwise.
No, that is leave the larger size.
there. Large.
And they have a little swirl. You can do a little swirl action. And then yeah, just counterclockwise with the brush. And the same underneath.
You want to make sure the tag.
And then you can lint roll it. You can also
Okay.
brush these to get the lint, whatever, loosened up, but it's really not awesome for getting it off. You definitely want the lint roller. Hanging? Do you want to talk about hanging hats?
Yeah, we talked about hanging.
All right. So they can also be hung. What you want is like this. Not like this, because you don't want this to poke that, because it can get wonky. If you do, you can get like those styrofoam balls from a craft store. Put it on there. I actually installed not the spring ones, but the stationary door stoppers in my closet. So they're hung like this, and it hides the whole door stopper. So it looks pretty cool. What else? Oh, you can stack them. But one thing, like Amelia mentioned, that you could run into is the inside band staining this with makeup, sweat, oil, etc. And ideally they're all the same size, so they don't always fit just so. This one's significantly larger, so it's fine, but that's not the case because all your hats are hopefully the same size. And I think that's a bit about it. We're going to talk about traveling with hats another time. Maybe we can do that next. driving is easy. Flying is a different beast.
Well, we'll keep looking. Thank you.
So, hey Mark,
I got everything now. I'm going out.
you got your cornbread?
I got everything. I got everything now.
I hope you have a great dinner.
No wild baby. I'll see you later.
Yep, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Let's talk about hanging hats.
Yeah.
So how you want it more like this. Like you can do it like this, but you don't want
can't see
something
what
that's
you're
going to poke.
Yeah, no
Up.
poking.
But you can put something there. You know, like hats on sticks. I'll grab it. It'll make sense. You do you.
Hats on sticks. What'd you guys talk about? I don't know what's going on.
Lint rolling, brushing.
Did you talk about straw at all?
No.
Okay. Great. I'm going to talk about straw. This is a Panama hat, identifiable from this circle here at the top center, and that brand burned into it there as an export of Ecuador, which is where they're made. So Panama hats, you should really always keep these in a box, even in season. I would keep it in a box. The most important thing to know, though, about your Panama hat is that you do not want to pick it up by the crown ever.
Period.
Or else your hat does what Emily's hat did.
I didn't do that.
Well, this was because there was a design problem with these, which is why they're not made anymore, even though all of you want them. So you can see we added some silicone in there to seal that back up, give it some strength. This one has that already in it.
Some of them have a piece of canvas
Yeah.
there. But most of them are silicone.
Which is meant to give it just a little bit of springiness here so that it doesn't crack so easily. This one cracked really easily because they burned the hat to distress it, and the burning made the straw really brittle.
But it looks cool.
So don't pick them up by the top. They crack open. 2 hands.
And you should really do that with any material. Because over time, even something wool for felt, it starts to narrow.
And on this finish, you'll start to get like
it just
like
it
it
wears.
loses its sheen and gets like it gets a funky thing because of the oil on your fingers, which on light hats can cause you see it.
Let's show the people.
What are you going to show the people? How to handle a hat? Yeah.
That'd be a good
Mm-hmm.
gif. Boomerang.
We should make that.
I brought balls.
So don't grab it by the top. They'll do it in Hollywood. It's a terrible.
It's not good, sweetheart.
You know, unless you
You
actually
said Hollywood like it's
1946. Having the Hollywood.
Listen here, doll.
Let me tell you about my hat. Are we talking about balls?
So if you are gonna store it with something pokey, put something soft on top of it so it doesn't poke.
Make it.
Oh, where's that hook?
I don't know. What hook are we looking for?
That S hook.
Oh, I don't even know if you can. Well, we'll find out.
It's the
Okay, so Panama.
idea.
We're just all over the place today, having multiple conversations at once, really confusing everybody.
So you can do a hook or, like a coat rack or something.
I actually bought some samples of some things that we may end up carrying as hat hooks in time for our birthday. Our Brim anniversary. Brim anniversary in September when we turn 10.
So you already had your birthday.
Yeah, no, not my birthday. I didn't even have a big birthday this year. So who cares? But Brim is turning 10, which is really exciting.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. We're kind of proud
And then
about
October, I get to celebrate being the longest employee ever.
it. Yeah, which is how many years, Emily? Which is why everybody thinks Emily is an owner, because she's been here so long.
I'm not.
No, but your son does have first right of refusal. Should I die?
Yep.
Really nice
So
morbid.
There's that.
Morbid.
I mean, it has to, you have to carry on.
Okay, so the other thing with any kind of hat
Nobody wants a funky crown.
Nobody wants a funky crown unless you intentionally get a hat with a funky crown.
Right.
Okay, so
we like it funky.
There's this terrible thing that happens when the weather is warm.
Ah.
It's called sweating. It's really gross. We all do it. And it can be a problem with your hat.
Unless your dogs wear hats, dogs don't sweat.
Okay. Wow.
They don't.
So there's two main places where you end up seeing the sweat problem. One is in the trim here, especially on here. You can get like a little salty line, which is is also a problem. And then you can end up with discoloring along here where the sweatband is inside. So when you are having a sweaty day, sweaty moment, take your hat off, lift up the sweatband, and let everything dry in either direction. So it's going out the two sides rather than going through the hat, which is where you end up with problems. Mm-hmm. You can also spray the inside.
Only
the inside of your hat, of your sweatband, not your whole hat, just your sweatband with Scotch Guard.
Unless it's leather.
And for you young people who don't know what Scotch Guard is, because I tried to buy Scotch Guard for a pair of shoes the other day.
Scotch Guard.
And they were like, what are you talking about? What is this?
Is that how they say it in Boston?
You darn geriatric?
Say Scotch Guard in your Boston accent.
Scotch Guard.
Whatever.
So, you can spray it with Scotch Guard. You will probably have to buy it on the internet because you apparently can't buy it in stores anymore.
Scotch Guard.
Scotch Guard.
Not sold in stores.
Used to be everywhere. You could get that Scotch Guard at like the drugstore.
You know what my mom always used? Static Guard.
Yeah. I wonder if that's even a thing. Like Kansas spray starch.
People probably don't wear slips anymore.
That is true. That is true. I don't know anyone who wears a slip. Except maybe as like outerwear. You've seen these kids.
No judgment.
Sometimes you see it over other garments. Anyway, we're not really here to talk about clothes. We're here to
talk
talk about hats
slips.
and crap.
Does anyone have any questions about hat storage or home hat care?
Big lessons to remember.
Mm-hmm.
2 hands by the brim. Don't pick it up by the crown. Lint roll. Use the hat brush. Make sure you're going with the grain of the hat when you're using the hat brush. Put your hats down upside down so that the crown is on the table, not the brim. And put that thing in a hat box.
Put that darn thing in a box.
We made you really nice boxes, so why not use them?
How much is a box?
They are 10 smackers.
10 smackers?
Mm-hmm. 10 smackers.
That's a good price. Unless you purchase a hat that's over $200.
That is true. If you purchase a hat over $200, we will give you a hat box.
We will.
Everybody else just gets a smile and the opportunity to buy a hat box.
A bag and a smile.
Bag and a smile. It's all about the bag and a smile.
Bag and a smile.
Okay. Bag and a smile. We'll be back next week to talk about something
on
hats and crap.
The end.
Oh, yeah, we should do that.
Oh. Hey. Hello, dear.
Hello, darling.